Shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who do rule well and teach this truth, the honesty and sincerity. Salutations to you brothers around the four corners of the earth that push this truth with all honesty and sincerity, great diligence, to wake up the hopeful elect of Israel. Double shalom to you, Akim, that come looking like the heathen, but you are in fact of the stock of Israel, and you hold near and dear this truth, and follow the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of your abilities, wherever you may be scattered. And shalom to the few sincere Akwathium that listen and learn in silence, playing your creation role as the Lord commanded you to. There's a video of Ebony K. Williams, who is pushing for black women to have babies, choosing single motherhood, as if that is the cure for the black woman, the so-called nigger woman, which is not. You were created to be a helpmeet for a man. And as you can see, women have left their natural use and getting into everything but being in subjection unto their husband or their man. And it won't end well. You know, I'm gonna play a little bit of her rhetoric and foolishness, and I'll grab scriptures, and Lord willing, you be edified.
Black women are availing ourselves to all of the options that our hard work and circumstances currently afford us. And that means that single motherhood by choice is going to be an option that more and more black women consider and even exercise. So anybody that's in their feelings about that can go ahead and start to process right now.
First, let me go to the book of Genesis. This is Genesis chapter 2 and verse 18. And the Lord Yahweh said, "It is not good that the man should be alone. I will make him an helpmeet for him." You see, if the Lord said that it's not good for man to be alone, which we understand men can live without women. Some men, have a wife, but for the most part, men get along without. But the whole sole role of the woman was to be a helpmeet for the man, which means aid and help him in the things that he needs done. Being that pillar of rest. So if it's not good that the man was alone, what make you think that it's good for the woman to be alone?
About that can go ahead and start to process right now. Because black women that have the privilege to embark upon this expensive and oftentimes lengthy process will increasingly decide to forego marriages and partnerships that do not serve us and that are not in our best interests. And now that bypassing those insufficient relationships does not have to come at the expense of motherhood, well, frankly, it's a whole new world. A world in which black women are no longer subject to the desperation of being chose, because now we get to do the choosing. And as we choose, we do have to contend with the reality of a dismally small supply of black sperm. Because most black women on this journey, we want to create children that look like us, and that look like our families, and that means we want black sperm. And as we heard from Reese Brooks, it's the definition of slim pickings. Sometimes that means compromising on this aspect of your journey. Now, I am extremely fortunate that I was able to secure 2 vials of black sperm from California Cryobank when I embarked on this part of my journey last fall. But I do know that I am an outlier. So I've got 2 concrete tips for single black women who think this may be an option, either now or maybe later. Number 1, please check out Reproductive Village. It's a new black-owned cryobank, and it's designed to help with this shortage of black sperm. It's set to open its doors in D.C. later this year, and it will also have drop-off locations in Atlanta and Houston, Texas. And number 2, be proactive. I say go ahead and start looking right now for desirable black sperm. Register with all 4 of the big cryobanks, and this includes California Cryobank, which I used, Seattle Sperm Bank, Fairfax Cryobank, and Zytex. Then you can scan the current options for black sperm. And if you see some sperm that you like, I suggest go ahead and buy at least 2 vials right now. Even if you do not intend to use them anytime soon, trust me, it's better to have them than to be without them when the time comes. And listen, if you never need them, for whatever reason, what a wonderful gift to give to a friend or a sorority sister in need. And also, most of those banks, they allow you to resell the sperm back to the bank itself. Listen, I know that many are going to question, even indict, the decision that I and many other black women are making to become single mothers by choice. But I, like the women you heard from today, go by the creed of no regrets. I have, and many black women have, too much love, too many resources, and too rich of a community not to share these gifts with children of our own. Children that will one day, no doubt, enrich and contribute to the next generation of Black America.
Now, look at our black community, where it stands now. There have been single mothers, an overabundance of it. And what has it led to? Children that are not protected. You set yourself up to become a prey. And that's exactly what she's pushing for the so-called black woman to do, is make herself a prey. Look at our community, man. And what this does is it puts children into the world that don't have an identity because the father is not around due to the circumstances being in this captivity underneath our enemies. It makes weak and over-emotional men, because all they have is their mother's emotions and not raised with logic and reason, which comes from the man. This is Proverbs chapter 9 and verse 13. A foolish woman is clamorous, she is simple and knoweth nothing. She doing all this talking and don't know what she's talking about, man. You're setting women up for failure on purpose, because there will come a time where you're going to need a man, because this country is not going to keep going on as it is. They're not always going to be police and EMTs and someone to call to rescue you. This country will fail. It's failing now. It just gets worse by the day. So when all hell breaks loose and shit hit the fan, which is soon to happen in this country, then what? She, just as well as these other so-called black women that she's trying to coerce into choosing sperm banks, they're going to be looking for a man in that time. As we already see, the odds are in our favor. Let me go to the 11th chapter of Proverbs, in verse 22. As a jewel of gold in a swine's snout, so is a fair woman which is without discretion. It's a fair woman, but she could have kept that shit to herself, man. But this shows that this is an agenda and she's been put up to it to coerce more so-called black women to uh, put themselves in dire straits, man. It's not an accomplishment to be a single mother. That's not an accomplishment. You know, this is Proverbs 14:1. Every wise woman buildeth her house, but the foolish plucketh it down with her hands. You see, this woman not building her house, you know. She's destroying it, man. It's dangerous for women and children, man. A lot of things are warded off by the presence of a man, and a woman doesn't have that discretion to know when danger lurks, because all they see is a smile, someone talking nice, but a lot of times they cannot tell when they're in a dangerous situation, and they can't tell when a person is deceitful or not in the right spirit. That's why a lot of them choose fuck jacked up individuals, because they lack the spirit, man, of discernment. Um, this is Job 39, Salakia, and um, 16. She is hardened against her young ones as though they were not hers. Her labor is in vain without fear. Because Yahweh hath deprived her of wisdom, neither hath he imparted to her understanding. You see, these women don't have understanding, man. The Lord compared them to a wild ostrich, man. And what happens when these women get into these hard times or things don't go their way as they plan? A lot of these single mothers take it out on their children, man. And she up here pushing you so-called black women to be go to a sperm bank to get some random semen from some stranger who you don't know what his the psychology of his brain. You don't know what type of seed you're putting into your body. It's you're trying to avoid the curses, man. You're trying to go around and avoid our punishment, man. It doesn't matter. The so-called black man is in captivity, and you in captivity with him. But you look down on the so-called black man. But you want to see. You don't need a man, but you need to see. Let me go to the book of Mark, chapter 3, and verse 27. No man can enter into a strong man's house and spoil his goods. And what is a man's goods? His possessions, his wife, his children, his livestock. No man can enter into a strong man's house and spoil his goods, except he will first bind the strong man, and then he will spoil his house. You see? So by the man being taken out the way, you women and the children are spoiled, man. Spoils of war. And guess what? With no man to ward off dangerous times, you're just out here for the taking. And Esau knows this, man. Esau knows this, man. Forgive me, I'm a little under the weather, but push on. This is 2nd Ezra, chapter 15, and verse 10. Behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. And this is what this woman is doing, man. Building you women up, pumping you up, and you'll be led to the slaughter, man, because all this is for a later date, man. When shit hit the fan, when all hell break loose. You think a man is gonna be putting his life on the line for some disrespectful woman who talks shit all this time while you're living in the false reality that everything's gonna be okay? You think you're gonna be first on the list or even on the list, period, to be saved, man? No. No, not at all. Matter of fact, this is what a lot of you women can expect, man, in these times, man, because you chose to say to hell with the man. So guess what? When all hell breaks loose, the man gonna say to hell with you. This is the book of Micah, chapter 7 and verse 10. Then she that is my enemy shall see it, and shame shall cover her which said unto me, where is the Lord thy power? My eyes shall behold her. Now shall she be trodden down as the mire of the streets. So you women gonna be getting done dirty out here, man. Mire is shit and mud in the streets, man. Gonna be getting walked on because you made yourself an enemy to your man. Let's go to the book of Ecclesiastes 4 and 9. I'll start at 7. Then I returned, and I saw vanity under the sun. There is one alone, and there is not a second. Yea, he hath neither child nor brother. Yet is there no end of all his labor, neither is his eye satisfied with riches. Neither saith he, for whom do I labor, and bereave my soul of good? This is also vanity, yea, it is a sore travail. Two are better than one, because they have a good reward for their labor. For if they fall, the one will lift up his fellow, but woe to him that is alone when he falleth, for he hath not another to help him up. Again, if two lie together, then they have heat, but how can one be warm alone? And if one prevail against him, two shall withstand him, and the threefold cord is not quickly broken. You see, it's better than being alone, man. And a lot of women are saying that I'd rather be single than stupid. Well, you choosing to be single is very stupid, especially in these times that's coming up, man. All shit is about to hit the fan, man. Expect anarchy on these streets, man, very soon. Let me go to the book of Titus, chapter 2 and verse 3. The aged woman, likewise, that they be in behavior as becometh holiness, not false accusers, not given to much wine, teachers of good things. Now, this woman is not teaching good things, man. She's teaching you to set yourself up for failure. Just like I read in Ecclesiastes 4, you will fail. But guess what? No one's going to be there to help you up. They may teach the young women to be sober, to love their husbands, to love their children. And what better way to love your children than to be in subjection to the Father so that they can be safe? To be discreet, chaste, keepers at home, good, obedient to their own husbands, that the word of Yahweh be not blasphemed. You see? It's not a good thing to teach women to go out here and try to fend for themselves, because that's not what they're created for. But you women have the liberty to do as you please, whether it be beneficial or detrimental. But soon you'll see what the true righteous choice should be, is to be in subjection to your husband, man. It's not hard. It's rather simple. A lot of women are going to experience hell on earth, man. It's going to be way harder for you single women, man. But I hope this has been an edifying lesson. I'm going to say Kwame Asharala and the Bible Ball.